Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I piss all my frustration out.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, let's go. Let's get there.
A first carry now. This is Hill. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line. And that QB's trash. Let's go.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taylor now returning it. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. He's the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Geno Atkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP, Tom.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Hill. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Now here's Hill. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gostkowski the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now they try the right side here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Texans 7, Bengals nothing.
Here we go. 180. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 3. Pick the edge. Go. Check 50.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Check 20. Check 521. I got you, Pop.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hill on the return. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
25 yards on the play. And the Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Done. 180. Check back 21. Hey, 57. 57. Hey, check. Hey, wahoo. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check back 21. Let's go one more. Hey, check back.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Bullock will put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A run for Hill. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll find his receiver. It's Cody Core. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll set up a throw. Caught by Nelson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On 2nd down, it's Hill. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz flushed out right. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Check
First and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 18-yard line.
Check my place. Stand. Watch the slack. Watch the slack. 80 weapon. Check 4. Man 5-7. 5. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. It was Minka Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Watch the screen. Smooth. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I'm coming 22.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 19-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Coming this way. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 21.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Flush to his right. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
It's just me and you.
Here's Wentz to throw. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Here's tight end Clay, the intended receiver.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Dude. Under 10.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Hill. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead is now 17-3. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Complete here to Sanders, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Dancing to his left. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Texans push further out. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw, it's Wentz. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They begin the drive with Hill. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
That cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
82! Hey, check, Mike 21. Hey, Zoo!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The Bengals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Wentz to throw for it on 4. Got a man. He finds Sanders. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the red zone now, Wentz. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Bengals on third down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 180. Round. Blue draw quarter. Give me that ball, defense. 46 down, man. 5-4. Hey, Foxtrot.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Charles Clay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Let's go. Tokyo.
Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Nice, sweetheart. Say. Check 13. Check.
2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Looking to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll set up to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were
and this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Nelson. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This is Hill. Oh, what a move. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go. Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left.
They'll try to run this one in. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it. It's Hill. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Partner, I think the thing I'm going to take away from this game is that ending. Still hard to believe they score on the final play, and then for some salt on the wound, they go for 2 just to widen the margin.
Not to mention, they already had the lead when they scored on the final play. So I don't know if everyone on the team is a fantasy football player, and they're like, hey, get more points for our guys. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe a coach is looking ahead and saying, you know something, the more points we have might be the tiebreaker.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer.